So where is he right now? Gone mad. Can I ask you about Silas Villar? I mean, all the other hand guards are here, so I can ask one of them, I suppose. Wow, no, you can't talk to them.
Many blessings upon you, my loyal servant.
Okay, so I don't know where he is. I guess I'll just go outside and see if I can find him.
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
Not useful. How could they ever question you, person who is currently doing this?
If she still can.
Hi, Ordinator. I don't think you can ask anyone about him. Did I miss something? Because I don't think I have full access to the original dialogue anymore after the first wave. Or Burano. There's a few different districts I could check is the issue. Because he could be in the one with all the manors. G-Pop Varus.
Are hymns of praise, Sarah, and I'm right proud of it.
All these trees and plants, tended lawns and paths, are hymns of praise to Almalexia's name. It's humble work, Sarah, but I'm very proud of it. That's basically what he just said out loud, actually. But he's not here, which kind of makes sense because he's in trouble. But he could be in he could be in the Manor District, or he could be in the Market District, or he could be in the Central Garden, or he could be in the main building, or he could be in the hallway between them, basically. So we definitely need to try to narrow it down if we can. So we found our way into God's Reach. Best we can do is poke around. Ooh, Serrano. Hi, Ordinator. The problem is that the ones we saw in the building are all dressed like High Ordinators, so I have to probably check every single High Ordinator I can find. It doesn't help that they move around.
Who do you think you are?
Oh, Silas Valor.
You're her new dog.
Shh. So, she has sent you for me, and now you are her favorite. How convenient. Whichever of us dies, she will be well pleased. And if both of us die, so much the better. Well, I am content. Perhaps this is how it was meant to end. I ask the forgiveness of all the gods and spirits, whoever they may be. And you, too, might make your peace with the gods, because at least one of us will not live to see another sunset. You're not even gonna try to talk to me? God damn it. I wanted to get down to it. Dick. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, what she's up to. I wanted to know why you're doing what you're doing. Damn it. Oh, I died. Holy crap. He over-encumbered me. Well, shit. I wanted to find out why he turned on her, because I don't trust her at all. And wanted to hear her side of the story and see if there's anything we could use to maybe usurp her and help Seth too. Like, I want these people... You Inwa. I want both these people gone. You had a chance. We could have talked, you dick.
How are you today?
Bad timing, lady. Running backwards is definitely helpful. Well, he's dead. I went to speak, but it's almost as though he had been waiting for me. He seemed to know Almalexia had sent me and that she wanted one or both of us dead. He told me to make my peace with the gods, then attacked me. Silas Valor is dead. Any threat he represented to the peace of Mournhold is now eliminated. I should report to Almalexia. An entire set of enchanted heavy gear. But it's all based on being loyal to her, so it's all crap. I assume I can't wear that either. Yep. Well, I'll take your health item. Oh, I just drank your health item, didn't I? Her dart. Everything's called her, which is oddly creepy. Named after being a tribute to her clothes. Not a tribute to her clothes. They're clothes that are a tribute to her. That's the sentence that was supposed to come out. Well, now I'm just doing dirty work for a bad person, but the alternative is another faction that is equally awful, so options are not great. All I can do is hope that by the end I've been able to do something decent that I actually agree with. If I was role-playing this like a real person that makes their own decisions and makes a judgment on who to and who not to do quests for, I probably would have just left by now. But that would be an unsatisfying ending for a Let's Play, and so the part of me that's a Let's Player doing a series that needs to have a finale, hopefully. Otherwise people will always be like, where's the next episode? I'm going for an ending, so I'm gonna finish the quest chain regardless.
In the light of my mercy.
But just making a note of my protests. Have you eliminated the threats of my poor, mad missing hand and brought peace to Mournhold? Silas Valar is dead. The pain is almost more than I can bear, and you have served me faithfully. And it is in my mind to grant you a divine blessing. Would you like skin as tough as iron? Would you like my protection against paralyzing terror? Or would you wish to always bask in the warm comfort of my reflected glory? Quick now, choose. You must not keep your deity waiting. The protection of paralysis is pretty good, because that's the number one thing that kills me in this game. What the hell is reflected glory, though? Does it like reflect damage? I would want protection against paralysis above all. I bless you with my gift and mark you as one of my own. Be ever faithful in your service, and you may expect more generous rewards. Shit, that's probably a bad idea. Probably don't want that. Her guard against terror, 20%. Bonuses are good, but I probably don't want to be... maybe I can still usurp her, or maybe I've made a terrible mistake just now. Welcome, Pat Yelchin. It's time we talked of greater things. I have watched you since your arrival in Vardenfell. You have been a strong and faithful servant to me. None but the Nerevarine could have succeeded as you have. How long I have waited for this. My Nerevar, return to me at last. I have watched from my temple as others have made the claim, and I have seen them fall. I believe now that you are the one who was prophesied. I believe you now to be the Nerevarine. Though I have watched others come and go, my belief is that you are the child of prophecy. The time has come for you to reclaim your station. Together we can unite Morrowind once again, free from the Imperial yoke. For years, the Chimera and the Dwemer had been at war. The Dwemer spurned the Daedra that the Chimera worshipped, instead placing their faith in the metal creations. It was only when the Nords invaded Resdain that the two nations were able to join as one, under the leadership of our Nerevar and the Dwarf King Dumak. In time, the two generals became blood friends, and on the day that Nerevar and I were wed, Dumak presented us with the twin blades, Hope's Fire and True Flame. Each was a magnificent blade, pinnacle of Dwemer craftsmanship. Their blades burned with an unearthly fire, and the sight of them struck fear into our enemies. My blade has been kept safe, but not so True Flame, the blade of Nerevar. It was lost in the battle at Road Mountain. The blade of Nerevar. In the battle beneath the Red Mountain, True Flame was shattered, the flame extinguished, and in the confusion the piece is lost. It is time for you, Nerevarine, to remake the blade and take your place by my side once again. I have only one, which I will now give to you. Through my magic, I have been able to determine that the other pieces of the blade are nearby. Find the other two pieces of the blade, and forge the blade anew. Only you may accomplish this, Nerevarine. As I said, they are nearby. Look to those in the city that you know and trust for guidance. Find those who would have use for the item such as this. Prove your mettle to me, Nerevarine, and soon we will stand together once again. The best weaponsmith in all Tamriel reside in my city. When you have recovered the pieces of the blade, seek out the finest among these craftsmen. Press him into your service. You'll find a number of them in my fair city. It was these artisans who built this city from ruins under my guidance. Their glorious temple was erected by men and mere of stout heart and strong faith. If any of this land can forge that blade, they'll be found in my city. Okay, so I need to find the pieces of true flame. How many pieces? It was shattered, pieces lost. Remake the blade. Take your place by my side. I have one. Find the other 2 pieces. Okay, so I have 2 pieces to find. And I have 1 piece in my inventory right now. Okay. So she now does recognize who I am, and we have a past together, apparently. And so we're supposed to rule side by side. I wonder if I can take the blade and get rid of her. Once I forge it. If maybe forging it makes me powerful enough to be able to deal with her. Because she seems like an unjust ruler with all the shit she is pulling. Where even is the piece of the blade in my inventory? Is that it? Yep, broken Dwemer blade piece. Alright, so I need to ask people that I know. I've worked with you.
Yes?
Phaedrus. Let's see, what was the item even called? Like alphabetically. Services to Our Lady. Nothing to do. No, I don't think so. There's like a billion things in there, but I don't think I see anything about the blade. I need to find one person who can actually talk about the blade just so I can try to establish for sure what to call it. Because she has a number of things she calls it, but there's going to be like a keyword that everyone outside of her has access to if they're the right people. And if I find that, we have more to go on, because I at least know what letter to check when I get to each person. Wow, some of these people have like a billion things you can talk about. It just keeps going. Impressive. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of trustworthy people that I know in this town. But people who could profit from the blade, that's an interesting point.
Yes?
Well, I can't ask Corpsey McCorpsington. He's one of the primary people I've interacted with so far. Could try the Craftsman area to find somebody who could do the blade, and maybe they might have rumors about where to go for it. Have I dealt with you before? You're the person I couldn't get... yeah, you're the person I couldn't get to like me anymore. Alright, well this will be interesting to try to make sense of. Well, if nothing else, like Craftsman seems to still be an option. Yeah, I got Grogluk at the Craftsman's Hall.
Good to see you again, friend.
It's a starting point at the very least. Just need to find the Craftsman's Hall again. The Great Bazaar. It's probably the Great Bazaar, right? That's where you put your craftsmen. It's at least where they sell things. Temple Courtyard. Not entirely encouraging. Let's try the Armorer just in case. It's crashing. Let's try this again, but with less crashing. This whole set... wow, this town sucks now. And we did it. We did it all on our own.
Tidings.
Well, you're probably not that
What's
person.
good for the Empire is good for business, citizen.
Even you point me towards this other person. You want a craftsman, you go check out Yagnak Grogluk. You get the hell out of my store full of, presumably, the intent to do that kind of thing. Oh well. Where's the Craftsman's Hall? Nah. I don't know where it is, and that's a problem. Okay. Do I have a map of Mournhold? That's what's going to help me in this case. Battle of Red Mountain, that's one of the notes we're definitely done with. Note from the Archcanon. Bye. Someone's just gonna find these weirdly important notes on the ground. Message from Dagothur. Locations of the stones, we did that one already. A lot of these I just don't remember what they are. And I probably won't ever follow up on them, but still don't want to throw them away if I'm not done with them, regardless. Never know when I might just be like, 2 years later, I'm just gonna randomly play more Morrowind. Let's do side quests. I don't know. Fuck it. So let's not throw away stuff that might matter. But I'm gonna throw away a lot of these things that are about the main story that's done now. This place is fully explored, isn't it? That just goes to Temple Courtyard. Yeah, this traps me a bit. I'm like, where's the Craftsman's Hall? Because that place seemed like it was full of craftsmen, but he didn't seem to have an apparent office there. Royal Palace Courtyard, God's Reach. Cool, now it's hard. I'm just gonna go around the perimeter to fill in the walls, I suppose. It has now become harder than ever to explore this place because I covered it in the dust storms, and now I've got to go find a specific place, and I have a severely reduced draw distance that is not helping me.
Sorry, not interested.
Interesting name you got there. No time to talk, Khajiit. Excuse me. He won't even talk to me. That's just rude. There's no hidden doors back here. This is very much the only destination. God's Reach. I guess I'll try God's Reach. Museum of Artifacts. Craftsman's Hall. There we go. It is in God's Reach. We're learning things today. You look like an orc, so you're probably the person I'm looking for. Yaga Grogruk. Craftsman. You're looking for someone to make a blade. I can make anything. Tell me what you need, and I can forge the blade. I'm that good, you betcha. I can make any blade you want. Don't care whose it was to start with, or who this Naravar is. Bring me the pieces, and I'll put it together better than it was before. To work with that kind of material, I'll work for free. But I'll need the pieces first. Now go away. Oh. Oh. Well, I found the person I need. But I need the blade pieces. Do you know where the blade... have you come to order a piece of custom armor? No. Custom armor? Adamantium armor. What is that? Let's see. You supply the adamantium ore and pay for your work. I'll provide you with a custom adamantium armor. I've got a list of armor requirements and the pieces printed up. So if I get a bunch of the ore, then I can come back. But otherwise, no, not happening. Probably not happening regardless, but still. Who do I need to ask to find out where the shards are?
Need custom armor? I'm the one you want.
Who do I ask about these pieces? I don't belong here. Are you speaking with me, Khajiit? I suppose you want some armor or steel or something or other, right? Well, why don't you take your sniveling looks and your ungrateful tone and talk directly to the smith? I'm just the apprentice. I've got nothing to offer like to you. I don't belong here. That's right. I'm too good for this place. Slaving over a hot forge is a job best left to the plebs. I mean, look at this. Look at old Bowles over there with his torn, sweat and saliva-stained shirt. His head like a giant corpus-infected melon, and his faltering gait, and this guar like a venereal warts. Ooh, it's a and that faltering gait of his like a guar with venereal warts, venereal warts. Is that how you pronounce that? It's a wonder he even remembers to put on his pants in the morning. He really is. Now compare him with me. Yes, just look at me. I'm the picture of perfection. Look at these nails. Do you know how much I had to pay those filthy Lalu manicurists for these? Look at my flawless complexion, the ideal proportions of my body. Do you think that gods created such an image of majesty for the purpose of blacksmithing? Certainly not, my very naive friend. Certainly I'm destined to become an adventurer. What? No? Do you mock me, pleb? I aspire to heights greater than you've ever dreamed of. Do you think monsters and evil men will stand any chance when they behold this majestic specimen of humanity striding before them? No, they will quail and faint at the sight of me. I will wave their corpses aside with a swipe of my hand. My greatness is inevitable. In fact, I believe I will start on my adventuring just today. Mark my words, Khajiit. Next time you come around, you won't find me here. That's because you'll be dead. You idiot.
Must you? This is so tiresome.
What a terrible person. Look at this guy. Look at this asshole all like working hard at his craft and shit. I'm better than him. I don't belong being just an apprentice. It's like, at first I was like, what? Just an apprentice? Like, you're some idiot that, like, manicures as an apprentice blacksmith? That's a terrible idea. But it turns out he thinks he's going to become an adventurer until he gets an arrow to the knee and whatnot. No one sees this, right? Sneaky, sneaky. Alright, cool. Natural leather, raw ebony, raw glass, bunch of seemingly important stuff, maybe. Secret office. Hi, guys. Feranos Valano.
We just work here.
Talk to the boss? Oh, you? Charles Varus. What are you doing here? And may I suggest you make your answer very clear, because this office and what we do here is a well-kept secret, and wish to keep it a secret, even if it means that you not leave here alive. The Eye of Argonia? I don't know where that is. I'm an honest working burglar that I don't want no trouble. Let's ask about the Eye of Argonia, I guess? Congratulations, you have produced an original and entertaining excuse. Completely unbelievable, of course, but none of the worse for that. Never heard a believable excuse before anyway. Very well, you may go. I'd like to preserve our secret office, but I won't kill you to do it. Just go and keep your mouth shut.
We print the truth, the straight truth.
Oh, you can't talk to them.
I'm just hired help.
Oh, you're the secret newspaper people. Oh yeah, we heard about you a while ago. You're the secret newspaper people. They're making their secret newspaper down here. That's why they don't want me to do anything. The Common Tongue. The broadsheet is a newsletter copied on cheap paper featuring sensational events in the city of Mournhold. One article depicts a list of individuals who died under suspicious circumstances when their interests conflicted with those of a former prince of the West. The reference is clearly King Halseth, King of Morrowind, formerly Prince Halseth, the Kingdom of the Wayrest in the province of High Rock. Common Tongue. A poet can have no higher purpose than to tell the truth about the human condition. Lord Vivek. A quote of somebody who's still alive. Mysteries of the West. I have a little list. They never would be missed. Appearing at the top, 3 names. Anhar, Khajiit male. Matrius, Aruntius, Imperial male. Jusol, Ashiel, Brenton male. What do these 3 names have in common? All 3, at one time or another, represented an inconvenience to a Western noble prince named Halseth. Anhar was an agent for Eastern ebony merchants. There was an unfortunate scandal concerning improper contracts offered to Halseth as compensation for his assistance in obtaining ebony import remits from the Imperial Board of Census and Excise. Luckily for Prince Halseth, the scandal blew over when no one could be found to testify. Is it just a coincidence that Anhar's health went into steep decline, just as he was to testify before the Imperial magistrates? He died a natural death, according to the Imperial coroners. Convenient and timely, perhaps, but natural. Matrius Aruntius was a city alderman of Wayrest. Prince Halseth's liaison with the alderman's married daughter was potentially embarrassing to the prince, especially when Matrius Aruntius forcefully pressed his suit for predatory adultery in the Wayrest courts. Many thought it strange that Matrius Aruntius should suddenly fall ill and die of exhaustion on the eve of the trial. The suit was settled out of court, and charges dismissed. The imperial coroners ruled that Matrius Aruntius had died of natural death, conveniently and timely, admittedly, but natural. Jusol Ashel was a diplomatic attaché at the High Rock Embassy in Wayrest. Widely rumored to be an intelligent officer, Jusol Ashiel was often seen at court, taking a great interest in the affairs of Queen Berengiaz and her family. It was said that Wayrest can be a beastly uncomfortable place in high summer. Perhaps the Brenton's constitution was ill-suited to the relentless heat and pestilential swarms of the southern Iliac. Jusol Ashel took sudden ill one evening, and within 3 days he was dead. Once again, Imperial coroners ruled that Sotha Sil had died a natural death, convenient and timely, yes, but natural. And these, the commoner tongue notes significantly, are only the A's on the list. Some have quietly suggested that Prince Halseth was the most accomplished and subtle poisoner in the West, but the common tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment. Admittedly, the absence of such proof could count as a qualifying towards the title of most accomplished and subtle poisoner. And further, the common tongue does not wish to suggest King Halseth is a poisoner, or that the recent death of King Athan Lethans was a poisoning, and not a natural death. The common tongue has never seen a single scrap of evidence that would prove such an indictment, and the Imperial coroners have ruled that that Athan Lethan's death, that Athan Lethan died a natural death.
That is quite enough.
Oh, come on. It's your newspaper you provide to spread the word, and you're gonna try to kill me over that. Why? Bye. Rude. They don't really have their whole, like, actual goals figured out, do they? If they're gonna kill you over something like that. Ooh, there's more up here. So that was an interesting approach of, hello?
How may I help you, Khajiit?
Interesting style of suggestion there is that they're like, we would never suggest that he killed anyone, but here's 3 people who died conveniently exactly the same way as the prince, at all convenient times, that are all tied to this person. Isn't that interesting? On one hand, it's an interesting way of suggesting things. On the other hand, it's a popular form of conspiracy theory that is a serious problem for some people because they always fall for it, where they're like there's the President Obama kill list and the George W. Bush kill list and every single, like the Clinton kill list. Every single president for a long time now has had a supposed kill list. And so you can look up this list of like 100 different people that like have conveniently died at various times for various presidential candidates and stuff like that. And they're written exactly like what we just read. But the problem is they're fraudulent lists. They're total bullshit. They always will skip on actual known details that people actually know, and instead say they'll replace that phrase with "they died under mysterious circumstances." And if you look up the people on an individual basis, you almost always find that they died of very known, measured circumstances with lots of witnesses, and everyone knows exactly how they died. And maybe they died in a different year, and maybe they didn't even die maybe they never even had a connection to the president in the first place, and just were like somebody that happened to live in DC or something. Like, both the part where they're connected to the president and the part where they died under mysterious circumstances is often like super, super questionable compared to how it's presented to you for the point of convincing you. So while in a fantasy world, I'm willing to accept that there might be a simplified story and that the suggestion of this person being a poisoner is valid and probably totally true. In real life, this exact way of suggesting somebody's guilty of stuff comes up all the time, and it's bullshit so often. And it happens so consistently that's just disappointing, frankly. I have no idea where to look for these damn shards. I guess we're just gonna go and check a lot of people now.